Are you ready to take your striking game to the next level? Then you've got to get the focus ball. Dramatically improve footwork, timing, reflex, hand-eye coordination, head movement, and striking IQ. Lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere with the focus ball.
Hi, my name is Veronica, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation. How did that one do?
That was very good. Let's do it. Just maybe one or two more, okay? Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? Man, the boxing world is exploding over a huge robbery that just took place yesterday. And honestly, before I get into everyone is talking about this robbery, I didn't even know it was that bad of a robbery until I just finished completely watching the fight right now. I just watched the whole fight. Let me go ahead and elaborate on that point. Now, I did my post-fight video right after the fight yesterday, right? For some of you guys that don't know, I live in Thailand. So we're 14 hours ahead of West Coast time. That means I usually have to get up 6 o'clock in the morning to watch a fight in the States, especially if I want to watch the undercard. Now, I was mainly focused on the main event watching David Benavidez versus Angulo. So I woke up a little late and I started watching the Romero fight in the 6th round. So I missed the first 5 rounds. So because I missed half of the fight, I told you guys how everyone else seen the fight. I told you how Showtime, they had Marinez clearly winning the fight. Abner Mares, one of the color analysts, he had Marinez clearly winning the fight. And then you had, they even did a Twitter poll where 77% of people had Marinez winning the fight. In that video, so when I did this post-fight review, although I implied that it was a robbery, I didn't say in the video it was a robbery. And now you guys understand why. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh man, that was a robbery. That was some BS when I didn't even watch the whole fight. That would be a lie. That would be a move that a decaf would make. So the only thing I knew for a fact after watching the second half of the fight is that everyone else felt it was a robbery. But now that I just watched the whole fight, now I know it was not only a robbery, but it was one of the worst robberies of all time. This fight just made history. There is no doubt Jackson completely dominated Romero in this fight. After watching the first 5 rounds for the first time, and I just finished watching it like 5 minutes ago, the only round that Romero actually won was the first round. Now, the 4th round was Marinez's round, but Romero, he did a little bit better. So if you were like desperately looking to give Romero a round, you could possibly give him the 4th round. But once again, that's if you're being desperate, because Marinez, he outworked Romero in that round as well. So that would be what you call a comparable round, meaning you're only comparing how Romero did in this round compared to the other rounds. And then in the second half of the fight, I didn't give Romero any more than 1 round. Matter of fact, I just watched the fight on the Spanish version of ESPN, and they also had Marinez completely shutting out. Well, I won't say shutting out. I believe they gave Romero 2 rounds, meaning they had Marinez completely dominating the fight, as everyone did. Which brings me into the professional boxers that have also all come out, and they're all rallying behind Marinez. That's how you know this is one of the biggest robberies ever, when you have a whole bunch of professional boxers speaking out about it. And it doesn't matter what side of the street they're on. PBC fighters, Golden Boy fighters, top rank fighters, everyone is talking about this decision, this robbery. Speaking of talking about what side of the street these fighters are on, meaning what networks they represent, if it's top rank, PBC, or whatever, you know, when I did my post-fight video, there were some people in the comment section saying, oh, you don't want to call it a robbery because he's a PBC fighter, he's with Al Heyman and Floyd Mayweather, etc., etc. But that logic makes no sense at all, because it was the PBC employees They were also calling the fight a robbery. All of them did. All of the PBC, all of the guys that worked for PBC, they all had Marinez winning the fight clearly. And there's been a couple times where the biggest PBC star lost very close decisions on PBC. Jermell Charlo is one of them when he lost to Harrison. So it's just a ridiculous thing to say. If it's a robbery, it's a robbery. I can guarantee you Al Heyman and Sam Watson, if they watched the whole fight, they would say that that fight was a robbery. So there would be no reason for anybody to say it wasn't a robbery just because they represent PBC. Makes no sense. Now, maybe I shouldn't say that because I guess we do know there are some promoters that would defend their fighter no matter what. If it was a clear-cut robbery, there are some promoters that will definitely still say, no, it wasn't a robbery, the right guy won. But remember, Al Heyman is not a promoter, he's an advisor. His job is not to promote a fighter and sell him as the next big thing. That's a promoter's job, which would explain why a promoter probably would defend his fighter, especially if it's his biggest name fighter on the stable. He would defend him no matter what. I haven't heard one person of significance say that he thought that Romero won that fight, no matter who they represent. So with that being said, let's get into some of these quotes and some of the things that other boxers have been posting about this fight. I'll throw their tweets up on the screen right now. Everyone's talking about this robbery, from Errol Spence to Oscar De La Hoya, Jermell Charlo, Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Tank Davis, and there's many more people. I'm telling you guys, this is the power of social media. And this is why I truly believe something is going to happen. Something's going to be done when it comes to this decision. Now, I don't believe they've ever overturned a decision, but I truly believe if they can't overturn this decision, Marinez, he deserves an immediate rematch. That's the only way they can resolve this situation. Because when you look at everything that's going on, all of the corruption from what the WBC is doing, and you see decisions like this, the only way you can partially repair this situation is by giving Marinez the rematch that he deserves, or overturning it completely. Let's see what happens. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. Fellas, I've got some great news for you. If you've lost your hair or have a receding hairline, the time has come when you can finally get your hairline back through a process called scalp micropigmentation. So here's how it works. It's a hair tattoo that replicates the look of your hair follicles when you have fully shaved it down. Basically, you will end up with a haircut shape up or an edge up. What they do is they tattoo small dots that look like hair follicles in the areas where you have lost your hair and then blend it with your existing hair. You can even choose what type of hairline you want, hard shape up or soft and natural finish. And to maintain it, all you gotta do is shave your hair every few days, which is something you already were probably doing anyway. So if you wanna get this hookup for my brothers out there in the UK and Europe, make sure you check out the Scalp Tattoo on Instagram. And for my brothers out there in the States, make sure you go ahead and contact my man Scalp Carolinas on Instagram. And when you go on their pages, you can see for yourself what these guys look like before. I mean, these guys are literally hair magicians. I've never seen anything like this before, but all I can tell you guys is this is a serious game changer for us men. So make sure you get in contact with Scalp Tattoo and Scalp Carolinas on Instagram. You know, I always say on this channel, pay-per-view fights should actually be free. And now the day has come where I'm about to hook you up with an app where you can watch all your pay-per-view events, boxing, UFC, etc. for free. I want to introduce Block TV, the best internet streaming television app out there. They provide over 3,600 channels, including HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, and Starz. They have a massive video on demand library with over 40,000 of the new release movies and the latest TV series. And it also includes DVR. So you're getting all of this for $34.99 a month. And once again, that includes free pay-per-view. So this one right here is a no-brainer, guys, because back in Las Vegas, I was paying damn near $200 a month for my cable. Those days are long gone now. So to get the app, make sure you guys go over to getblocktv.com and put in my promo code and get 30% off your first month. You also get a free month for every friend you refer. The promo code is DBNation.